Hi everybody, I'm here with XCOM.
Hey.
And today I want to show you an updated version or improved version of our simple TNT quarry. So this is a three-dimensional quarry, which is able to go back and forth. And once it reaches those stations, it's pushed one over. So basically you can cover a large area by building just this tiny quarry. It's not the fastest one, but if you want to go for something simple, this is probably the best option. So XCOM actually found a way to improve it. Maybe you want to explain what it did here?
Oh, yeah. I just attached this little piece over here. So it's like a TNT quarry. It dupes when it goes forward, but it didn't dupe when it goes when it went backwards. So I just added a duper on the return, so it's just going to quarry on both ways, so it's both going and coming.
Mm-hmm. So the old version we had just the single duper on this side. So basically we have twice the firepower. Let's actually start it. Okay, that's very fun. You can see here, it will be pushed over. Occasionally a TNT shot over, but it's not really a big issue. So you can see in each direction only one of those TNT dupers would work. The return station is actually the same as in the last version. As you can see, if it moves back, then it also dupes. And this is the big advantage, that we can reach deeper with the TNT, because with the older one we actually didn't go down all the way, which is I think 77 blocks, which is the range of a TNT entity. So with the twice as much firepower, you don't need to build so many modules. In some cases you could even reach down to diamond level or even bedrock. Okay,
yeah.
So this was an idea by XCOM. I'll do a tutorial, too much has changed, so I'll do a new tutorial from scratch. Except the return station, you can look it up in the old video. Okay, so yeah, thanks a lot. XCOM is actually a new Psycraft member, and I also put a link in the video description to his channel.
Bye.
Okay, so each time this machine arrives here, it's getting pushed over by one block. This way you can cover a really large area just with a simple flying machine. So the length of the machine is dependent on the distance between those two return stations, and you can make it as large as you want. For example, a 300 by 300 quarry would take about 25 hours to finish. Okay, now I'll start building. I'll start with this part here, and then I'll build the flying machine next. And then I'll link you to the old tutorial where I built up this one here. Okay, so now let's start here. We need 3 observer blocks, then a slime block on top. Then we need to go over here, add 2 more upwards facing observers, and 2 slime blocks here. Then you need a normal piston on top of this block, 2 pistons here, and 2 pistons there. So next we need another normal piston to push this structure here. Then on top 2 slime blocks and 4 on this side. Then we also need an observer to power this piston here. Another piston here and an observer there. Sorry, here. Okay, then we need another slime block structure that looks like this. So we go down, left and down again. Here's another piston to push those blocks. And another observer to power the piston. Now we can also add a sticky piston here facing in that direction. In the back we add another slime block and an observer to power it. And then we can also add a slime block in front. And then we need another sticky piston right here. And then we put 4 slime blocks on top. Now we can add another normal piston here and observer on top. Then we need 2 slime blocks again. We power this block here with an observer from this side. So this is for the sticky piston here. And that normal piston there. Then we go over, so 1, 2, 3, 4 slime blocks, go down by 1, and you can use any block. I use a glass block. We also need a glass block there, and now in front of the normal piston, we need 2 slime blocks again, then a sticky piston, and an observer here, and another block in front of the sticky piston. So the station is now done. Now we can add the flying machine. So we can start building the flying machine by going out like this. So this is the first block here. Then we make a U-like shape. Then we add TNT block here on the side. And this inverted L shape. Then we can punch out those 2 blocks and place another slime block here. Then we need a rail here and there. This one has to be a detector rail. This one doesn't matter. And we place a minecart on top. Then we need a sticky piston, which we power and depower. So now the TNT tuber is ready, and we place a sign here. We can also place a sticky piston here, and then on top we need 2 slime blocks, and then another sticky piston here, and they are facing the other direction. Okay, now we can add a movable block here and put an downwards facing observer on top of those slime blocks. And also there. Okay. And we can remove this again and build up the second tuber. So this is basically the same. Again, we need the U shape, TNT on the side. Sorry, it's on this side. Yep. And the L shape, punch out those 2 blocks and put a slime block there. Then again the rails, this has to be a detector rail and a minecart. Then we power and depower this sticky piston, and then we also need to add another upwards facing observer there. So this one will power both stations, this one here and also the return station. Okay, now the return station has to be built in line with this observer. So at some point, depends how far you want to go, you'll have this piston here. So let's move this again. And then you need to build up this return station. So I'll link you to the previous video where I showed you how to build this return station. Okay, so in order to start, you need to power this sticky piston here once more with a short pulse. So I guess the best way to do this would be using an observer. So let's power it here. Oh, start sweeping the first time. Now remove those observers again. And then we can start the flying machine just by using a flint and steel on top of this observer. And this has the moment proof if you build everything correctly. So this should move 1 forwards. And now the whole machine should be moved over by 1. Okay, this worked fine. You can stop this flying machine again just by placing an immovable block again, in front of the slime block, for example. Then to start the machine up again, you need to place the sign, move this again, and then you can use the flint and steel on top of the observer to start the machine again. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.